I gave people all the stuff they really needed. Social Security checks, utility bills, TV guide.
I want a TV guidance counselor. TV guidance counselor. Staying up to watch all night, and everything's gonna be alright with my TV guidance counselor.
Hey everybody, welcome to TV Guidance Counselor, and welcome to June. I am Ken Reed, your TV Guidance Counselor, and this is the show where each and every week since February 14th, 2014, I have welcomed an interesting person to the show to discuss classic television using a back issue of TV Guide magazine from my personal collection as the inspiration for our conversation. Usually, there's some exceptions. Don't write me and be like, you're a liar. Sometimes we don't use a guide. It's fine. Sometimes not from my personal collection. Occasionally people BYOTVGG. So it is from their personal collection, but you get what I'm saying. All right. We made it to June. June is one of the few months of the year that I have a potential to enjoy things. This year's been particularly awful, as it probably was for you. June and October, those are my months. My birthday's this month. I'll be older. That's not great. But we start with an excellent episode, so we're setting the tone already. This week, my guest is Jame McElroy, and Jame owns a company called Two Crow Collective. You can go to twocrowcollective.com. Really cool t-shirt company. He's a punk rock kid, came out of the scene. I still say those of us that grew up or came of age in the punk rock scene, we're kind of awesome. We do a lot of cool stuff, a lot of DIY stuff, make our own businesses. You know, we're pretty freaking great. That's all I'm going to say. But a lot of cool t-shirt designs, but his sort of claim to fame is officially licensed PBS's punk merchandise, which is really cool. We discuss it here with him on how he got there, and I'm very excited for you to hear that. And you should go buy a PBS's punk shirt right now. Like if there was a sentiment and a t-shirt that exemplified this show, probably, frankly, better than my own merchandise, it's the PBS's punk things over at Two Crow Collective. Also, nice seeing Nobody at the Martha's Vineyard show. What's up, guys? You couldn't take a ferry. I mean, I saw people there, but there were no listeners, or at least none that identified themselves. So I understand. And if you want to hear more of me talk this week, I'm on Siri Doll's First Thirst podcast this week, so you can hear me talk about my first pop culture crushes. And you can probably guess them all if you're a regular listener, but it was difficult. I had to do a timeline so that I could actually learn myself what the first ones were. It was an exercise that probably took me more time than it should have, but you'll enjoy that. So you can go to First Thirst with Siri Doll there, and thanks to her for having me. And if you didn't listen to her episode, you should, because she's really cool. Anyway, another cool guest, Jame McElroy. Go to Two Crow Collective, and I'll be with you at the end to wrap it all up. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of TV Guidance Counselor with my guest, Jame McElroy of Two Crow Collective.
TV is my friend, and it has been always there for me in time of need.
Live via satellite from sunny Florida. Jame, how are you, sir?
Dude, I am great. Thanks for having me. So excited to chat.
You're very welcome. We were just discussing it. So you grew up in Baltimore.
Yeah, I did.
And you've
Whole life.
made your way down south. Why'd you slide down to Florida?
That's a great question. Family, mainly.
Gotcha.
I was a touring musician for a long time, printing shirts out of my basement, doing the whole music thing, and then had kids, and that kind of threw a major wrench into, touring. Didn't want to grow up, or didn't want my kids to grow up without their dad kind of there all the time.
Right.
So had the kids, moved down to be closer to my in-laws, moved the whole business, moved everything down here, and now I am hot all the time.
And you made it covered in bugs and
bugs and
MAGA people.
And sweat. And MAGA people,
Baltimore, we played a show down there with the Casualties in a band called the Goons, and it was like in a pool hall.
Pool hall.
This would have been like 97, I want to say. I might even have a poster for it somewhere. But it was like a Baltimore pool hall that did punk rock shows.
I can see it in my head because I've played a pool hall before. The name is escaping me so much.
I do
all the pool halls begin to blur. At some
all
point.
those pool halls in the southeast that have
700 of them.
yeah. And I distinctly remember I went to a local kind of 7-Eleven type chain because I'm obsessed with
Royal Farms.
It was Royal Farms. Because I'm obsessed with store brand Dr. Peppers because they can't just say cola, they have to make up a name.
Like Mr. Steed, man.
That was called like
Or whatever.
that was called like Mr. Royal or something like that.
Mr. Royal.
Yeah, there's some great ones. Dr. Thunder.
Dr. Thunder's actually legit.
Yeah.
I will die on the Dr. Thunder hill.
But I love that it's like a guy who normally is in charge of generic store brands is forced to be creative.
Yeah. God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do today? Mr. Light.
Yes,
named,
and Mountain Dew's the same because they'll be like, River Mist.
River Mist.
Can't I just say lemon
right.
lime? It's always great.
No, you can't say lemon lime.
See, you picked an issue here from 98, so it's not far from the time we were just discussing. So March 11th, 14th to the 20th, 98. I presume it's because, so people that don't know, your company, you have like a whole punk rock PBS section of the stuff that you design. And it's Arthur on the cover.
Yeah, I made I took the PBS logo, gave it some mohawks and some piercings and stuff, and wrote PBS is punk, and I did it in 10 minutes. Posted it almost a little over a year ago now, to the day, and it went super viral, super fast, and I was not expecting that. And I wasn't, I'm a screen printer. I make shirts. That's my job. But I was not expecting the influx of people being like, yo, you gotta put this on a shirt. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I got an email from a guy named Ira, and same thing. Can you throw this on a shirt? Give me a patch. Give me something punk. I was like, just want to hear from PBS first. Like, get the green light. Want to do it right. He's like, well, I'm the CMO. And I was like, what? And then a month later, we drew up a little licensing agreement, and bada bing, bada boom. Now I'm selling PBS's punk stuff, and like I've gone to their headquarters. I've talked to GBH in Boston. Yeah. Boston's sick. That is why I picked this. I saw that it was Boston-based TV guides, so I was like, okay, like let me search. And I'm going, and then boom, Arthur on the cover. I was like, that's what I grew up with. Arthur was my jam. Produced in GBH in Boston, like. Super cool. Yeah,
because for people that don't, so much stuff about PBS. So, and we were chatting a little bit before, and before we get into it, you grew up without cable, so like PBS was essential.
I came home from work, PBS every day.
But there's so many people. For people that make jokes about like NPR, PBS kind of stuff, like I've found, especially PBS, and like I'm probably 10 or 12 years older than you, but roughly in our age group, it's very working class because it was a way for like kids without cable or access to a lot of educational stuff to really be exposed to like a ton of interesting ideas and content and documentaries and movies, and like just a very like a wealth of stuff for kids who were like thirsty for that stuff but didn't have access to it. So there's that aspect. And then I think there's probably, there's like 200 PBS stations, but the big ones produce, so they each produce their own shows, and then their shows can be sort of syndicated to the other PBS markets.
Right.
So for the listeners' benefit, I'm sure you know. And GBH is like the king.
They're top dog.
Yeah.
They're top dog. They produce the most shows across all PBS affiliate stations.
And iconic shows. So like The French Chef, This Old House, Zoom, Victory Garden, America's Test Kitchen. Arthur, I believe, was out of GBH.
Arthur, Julia Child.
Yeah. 321 Contact was out of New York, I think. And of course, Mr. Rogers was out of Pittsburgh. But like, those are the exceptions.
Yeah, literally. GBH, I think they have the most kids shows productions too. And like, when I was talking to them, they were like, there was a discussion of me doing more designs at one point, and they were like, can you do all these characters? I was like, I don't even know who that is at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, this is beyond me, And now that I have kids and I'm watching PBS more as an adult, it's like, wait, these still rule. Like, these shows still rule so much. And I didn't realize how big and vast the PBS network for adults was. Like, it's massive. The document, like Ken Burns documentaries, are like incredible, masterpiece, Frontline. You know, like
Antiques
Nova,
Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow. Oh God,
Yeah.
that was like childhood. You know, and it's like not realizing how much has tied back in my life to PBS, and it's like at 34, my life has finally come full circle in this weird, corrupt but good way. You know, because like I watched PBS because I had nothing else to do. Like my parents were always taking my brother to baseball games, travel baseball games. So I was at home just chilling, you know, like all the time. So it was, very nostalgic to go through this TV guide and find the shows that I would have watched back then and probably would still watch now. And then like, seeing the cable and being like, oh, that's what I would have watched at my grandma's house.
Yeah,
when
when I had access to it. Yeah, or like even like all the British comedy shows, like Fawlty Towers was always on PBS, or like that's where I saw Doctor Who and Red Dwarf and like all these shows that I would not have access to otherwise. Although I will say New Hampshire PBS showed Red Dwarf and more Doctor Who than GBH did, mostly because New Hampshire didn't have a lot of their own content, but I could get both, so that was good.
Nice. Right on the border then, I assume?
Yeah,
Pretty close.
I'm like 8 miles north of the city, so we would get New Hampshire PBS, not Rhode Island PBS, weirdly. That was in the summers because we used to spend it on Rhode Island. But Arthur was like, this is right after when I was not watching the kids shows that much. So in 98, I'm graduating high school. I read the Arthur books when I was a kid because Reading Rainbow, PBS, featured the Arthur books a lot. And oddly, so I went to Northeastern and they had I think they still have it, but they have a co-op program. So you like work for 6 months, go to school for 6 months. Oh. One of the jobs that they offered, because I was in the TV radio media program, was, and this was pretty ahead of its time. This was like 98 or 99. You would answer emails from kids as Arthur.
That's so cool. You know what? In this TV guide, there's a page. And it was like, I literally clicked right on it. There was a create your own Arthur episode sweepstakes. Yeah. And kids would write in and they would say like, oh yeah, here's my story for Arthur. And then like they would pick the good ones. And Mark Brown, I guess, was associated with was Mark Brown, right? I think
so. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Brown would like write the story based on the kid's story. Like, it's so cool. Like, what?
They were
like,
pioneers.
I still did stuff like that,
and that interactive stuff, like Zoom, which is before both of our time.
Zoom was brought it back. No, I watched Zoom. Zoom was so good. They did a reboot.
Yeah.
After maybe after my age,
early
it was
2000s.
like. Yeah.
It was like in the Yo Gabba Gabba era.
Yeah, it was
like
very in that era, yeah.
But Zoom, famously, they used to do a segment where the kids would write in like plays and stories and then they'd produce them like in the show. Like, and that was, it's just very smart ways to like get kids to interact with stuff. Carmen Sandiego, Ghostwriter.
I remember because like a lot of reflection, a lot of nostalgia coming back, looking at this, be like, oh shit, yeah, I wrote that. I didn't write anything. I watched that when I was a kid, and like I remember like sitting in my basement with a Lego magazine watching Arthur and and I'm looking in the Lego magazine being like, seeing all the kids that submitted their creation that they made, and I'm like, oh, I want to be in the magazine so bad. Like, I want to be in it so bad, and it's like, it's the same thing though. It's like, oh, I can write the story to Arthur and I can become him, and like, it's so cool. And I wish more companies did that.
Well, they didn't talk down to kids, which that was the thing too. And it didn't seem super like contrived and like, we did market research and kids engagement. It was like pretty honest. Like 3-2-1 Contact, which you've probably never seen. There was like a 70s into the 80s show, and it was like teenagers talking about science in like a cool apartment. But then they had segments. So like the Bloodhound Gang was a segment on 3-2-1 Contact. And that was like one of the kids was in the movie The Warriors, by the way. But they like solve mysteries using science and that kind of stuff. But that's for cool. Years, they had their own magazine, 3-2-1 Contact magazine. And you can go on archive.org now and they have all the 3-2-1 Contact magazines. And I've reread a lot of them and they're really good. Like they're about like cutting edge science stuff, but like cool, like they're aimed at kids, but are like written just really in a really great way. That's not too heady and not like, hey, dumb kids. It's just, it's very, like, the tone is really, and that's a hard tone to meet.
It is.
So, yeah, then before we get to the listings here, again, this is a little younger than me, and there's another phenomenon that really just, I still don't understand to this day, and there's an ad in here for Lunchables.
Yeah, right? There's so many, like, classic brands in here, and it's Lunchables. There's Tyson chicken nuggets right before it,
Which look very unappetizing, I have to say. Those look
I like that they didn't even put, I wish I could show the picture to people listening. Like, they didn't even put the nuggets in the kid's mouth. They put the Tyson logo in the kid's mouth.
It's more appetizing.
They look like, like little, like, corn dog kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's like a weird color. And then the Lunchables are specifically Taco Bell Lunchables. So they're like,
Yes,
how can we make this shitty thing even shittier?
I'm pretty sure I used to crush those nacho ones, though, when I was a kid, like, to be honest.
It's such a weird thing because it's not, I mean, it's basically charcuterie. And I'm sure people have made those jokes that Lunchables trained a whole generation to like charcuterie. But it's not, they'd be like, it's pizza. And it's like, it's a bunch of crackers and ketchup. Like,
And, like, shredded cheese.
It's like
that's
hobo
maybe
pizza.
not even cheese. It is hobo pizza. You're right.
what are you guys doing? And then there's an article about Allie Landry, and I totally forgot about her. She was in a Doritos ad during the Super Bowl, and everyone was like, she's so hot. She's going to be the biggest person in the world. She was Miss USA in 96 as well.
Forget John Elway.
It's
We're
her.
here to talk about Allie Landry, dude.
They were like, she's going to be a movie star. After this commercial, everyone wants her in everything. And as you probably know, it didn't work out.
No.
Like, she's very pretty. Not an actor.
The spam ad?
The Spam ad's a classic.
So good it's gone.
Yeah. This is 98 is a hell of a year.
It's like I was 6.
So I
You
was
know what I mean? So-
18. Could have been your dad.
Could have been my flop. Well,
If things went wrong.
Yeah, things went very wrong.
But there's a really good parents guide to TV in here. It is not just all PBS shows, but oh god, Wishbone. Come on.
Wishbone, the goat.
The best.
The goat.
They're doing like a reboot
good.
or something of that soon.
Are they really?
I
That's
read,
scary.
yeah.
They're probably gonna do some CGI dog, and that scares
you know,
me.
the whole
I feel like
point
it's
of-
got to be a real dog.
Him being a
It's
real
gotta be
dog
real.
was the best.
It's got to be the same dog.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He's still alive after 34
And I
years.
like that they didn't try to make it look like he talked. He just talked.
He just barked.
I assume he was psychic like the dog in A Boy and His Dog, the Harlan Ellison movie. Because everyone understood him. But
Yeah,
his
no,
mouth didn't
everyone
move.
understood him, but he's just kind of like,
Yeah. Be like, oh, well, yeah. Wishbone was great. I'll tell you what I
I
didn't
learned about
like.
bowling on Wishbone.
You learned about bowling on
I
Wishbone?
learned about bowling. One of the stories, I don't remember exactly which one, but it was like how bowling was invented. I just will never forget Wishbone knocking a bowl, like an old wooden bowling ball, knocking down these pins. Like, I don't know why that's such a vivid Wishbone memory. I'm going to have to look it up.
We should say you had heard of bowling before that.
I didn't. I actually did. I grew up in a bowling alley. My parents used
So-
to manage one, so it was like kind of interesting.
Do you have
for me,
thoughts
but-
on candlepin bowling?
candlepin bowling?
Yeah, oh, you don't know candlepin?
Like duck pin?
No, not duckpin.
What is candlepin
Oh
bowling?
man, so candlepin bowling is the New England bowling. And it's like New Englanders went, can we make bowling as the least fun as possible? So the pins
Oh,
are
God.
like, yeah, you have 3 tiny balls. It's so
It's like it's
enraging.
duck pin, but the pins suck.
The pins are really thin. Yeah, it's so hard. And here,
So I was a duck pin bowler. So like
yeah,
that's
duck pin's kind of fun. But
3
here,
balls.
Saturday mornings at noon, every one of our networks had their own candlepin bowling TV show for years.
And it's not in the TV guide.
It's not on the TV guide. By 98, they were kind of over. But it's nuts. And funnily enough, in Rhode Island, where I believe duckpin bowling was invented, there's one of the original discount department stores was called Ann and Hope. And it's where like the Walmart people got their idea. And that venue, which was an old warehouse, is now like an arts house. There's a music venue in there. The Rhode Island Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there. But on the top floor, there's a bar with a duck pin bowling alley that still has a person who has to manually reset the pins. And the reason it's there is because the guy who owned this company didn't want the people to unionize. So he put a duck pin bowling alley in there so they'd be busy during breaks and not talking to each other.
Amazing. Crazy.
Like,
honestly, kind of sick. I would love to work under a duck pin bowling alley.
Yeah. There's not even an under. There's literally there's a chair built between the lanes, and the guy sits
and he
there.
Sits.
Just go over and reset the pins.
That's a shit job.
Yeah, that's not a fun job. People hurling balls at you all day.
Oh my God. I wonder how many times he got hit by a pin or a ball. It's got like hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds at this point.
He had no protective gear on. So it was just like, yeah, I don't know how you'd even get that job. That seems like more like a punishment.
Yeah. Gary, sorry, dude. You had the worst sales for the month. You're the bowling alley guy now.
Or is it like a court's being like, I sentence you to 4 shifts as the duck pin bowling man.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, my parents, like, they managed a bowling alley. I was there all the time when I was younger. It was duck pin, and my dad was a avid bowler. My sister bowled, my mom bowled, I bowled, my brother, like, everyone bowled. Took a long break from it, and then I ended up joining a league in middle school.
Oh, nice.
And sucked.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
hard.
I haven't played in a long time. But it's fun. I do like bowling.
It's much more difficult than people would assume it is.
Yeah.
It's like, how hard
it's
could
not
it be?
Easy.
I'm like, nope.
How hard can it be?
That was the first and most popular televised sport, bowling.
I still can't get over these candlesticks. Do they still have lanes?
Oh yeah.
Like I want to. Like next time I'm up that way, I'm gonna find it.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'll call you.
Go. Because
next time I'm in Boston,
it's actually difficult to find a non-candlepin lane.
I'm shocked right now.
And actually, where GBH is in Brighton, Mass, it's not open anymore, but it was the Candlepin bowling alley where all the championships happened that they had on TV. So you'd go in and the cameras were installed, and they had like photos of all the Candlepin champions. And there's a absolute saint of a human being. I don't know their real name, but they've uploaded like 40 years worth of Candlepin bowling shows on YouTube, and they're amazing.
I'm gonna go watch. Like literally, my night is made. I don't need the TV guide. No. I got it. I'm watching Candlepin bowling for the next 50 hours.
If you find like towny things funny too, because it'll be like, this is Raymond Doyle. He from Hudson. He's bowling today, and it'll be like, how you doing, all the guys? Yeah, like it's just like ridiculous. It's great. Yeah,
I love that.
It's a lot of fun.
I do love towny stuff, so this is like right up my alley.
Then we got Juicy. Oh yeah, perfect. We got Juicy Juice in here, which I still love to this day. The blue Juicy Juice, I could drink just like gallons and gallons of that stuff.
Was that the tropical one?
I don't remember. I think it was just like berry.
That makes sense.
I think Juicy Juice might be one of those like brands that Walmart bought and you can only get there, like Airwalks and like other, I think.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It is berry. It's literally just berry.
Yeah, just berry.
And it has Arthur on it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. Then we get the Cartoon Network ad because the cartoons had just kind of come out, like the Dexter's Lab and Johnny Bravo, and like really they were kind of moving away from just airing old cartoons and were making their own. This is when that started. There's a great article in here about Larissa Olenek, Alex Mack, who everyone had a crush on. There's a photo of her, and it might be a candid photo, but she's got like a school book, and she has Save Ferris, Real Big Fish, and No Doubt stickers on it. Yep. Which is very 98. Although she was in 10 Things I Hate About You that year with Save Ferris, isn't that
crazy?
So that's very exciting. And then we get to the listings. Oh, one moment. Page 20 of the PDF. There's a French's Mustard ad.
With a very sad hot dog clown thing.
Just as a designer, I think you'd have to agree. That would be an excellent t-shirt.
I literally don't like it as an ad, but I love it as just an image.
It's a terrible ad.
A lot of these ads are really bad.
Yeah. The point of this one is like, if you don't use French's mustard, your hot dog will be sad, I guess, is what they're trying to convey.
Don't get caught up with anything less than French's classic yellow mustard made from the finest all-natural ingredients. What's in your mustard?
I like the Frito hair that the guy has. They've given him curly Frito hair.
And like olive eyes on pickles.
Yeah, pickle is an olive.
Two things probably like. I'll put relish on a hot dog, maybe not a full on pickle.
Not an olive.
I'm definitely not putting an olive on a pickle or
and that
on a hot dog.
That's an unusually bent hot dog. Like that, you go to a doctor for that. That's that.
Yeah. That's like a 90 degree almost.
Yeah. That's very unappetizing, but a very arresting image. Like, I feel like if you went to a modern art gallery and that was on the wall, you wouldn't be like shocked.
Yeah, no, not in the slightest.
Like,
and it just says Justin Timberlake as food.
It does look like Justin Timberlake. It's slightly more talented and less drunk.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah, and then there's a fantastic article in here that's called Tutored by Television, and it's like suggestions on how to make watching TV with your kids like a meaningful activity. And normally that stuff is really stupid and like, but this is like very well thought out and well done. And I'm like, oh, this actually seems like this would be good.
Yeah, honestly, for the time too, where like I feel like that kind of mentality wasn't like super there, you know, like it was very much like, okay, get home from school, go.
Yeah.
Just go. We're going to do adult things. You do what you do now. So it's cool to see there were attempts, you know,
right,
to get parents to kind of wake up. But like it is a really nice article about it.
And not vilifying TV where it's like, this will make these kids' brains rot. It's like, no, there's good stuff. And it's not even about kids' TV. It's like watching Melrose Place with them and stuff. Like there's like some really interesting things that they put in there. Then there's like a 4-page ad about article about Daisy Fuentes, which is fantastic. She's now married to Richard Marx. They drive around and save pit bulls. Good follow on social media.
Perfect.
The two of them took down a terrorist on an airplane together a couple years ago.
Did they really?
Yeah, some dude like got up from the plane and was like, I'm gonna blow this up. And Daisy Fuentes and Richard Marx tackled him and tied him up. And there's like video of it.
All right.
Yep. Thwarted by Richard Marx.
Fuck yeah. Daisy
Hold on to the night. So then let's dive into the listings here. So Saturday, what are you doing?
Okay. It's 1998. I'm 6 years old. 8 p.m. rolls around. I'm watching Cops. I'm just watching Cops.
18-year-old
and then America's Most Wanted.
Watched Cops as well that year. And I can't watch it now because it's such like propaganda awful, but I loved Cops for years.
Cops was my, I'm on tour and need something to watch at the hotel before I go to bed. It was like Cops, or I guess Live PD, or whatever it turned into, or Ridiculousness. That's a totally different topic than what we're like. That's just like I need to just turn my brain off and watch something stupid. Yeah, it'd be like Spike would always have just like Cops marathons, and this was so Cops started as like a pretty serious documentary, believe it or not. So it was the first year of Fox. A producer realized that in a bunch of states, ride-alongs were things you could ask for and had to be allowed to do with cops because you paid taxpayer dollars. Interesting.
So, and you could do whatever. You could film them, do whatever you want. So they're like free production. Basically, we just asked for ride-alongs.
That's actually crazy. I didn't even realize that was like the core concept. Like they can't stop us from filming this.
They have to let us go with them.
You have to let us go.
And what a great cheap show, right? Because it's a new network. They got no money. And the first couple of years, they would follow people like when they got arrested, they'd follow them through booking and like be more like telling their story. But by 98, they literally had a Christmas special called Ho Ho Ho's. That was all sex workers being arrested. Like they had a taser special. And this one, they're in Las Vegas. They were in Las Vegas a lot at this time.
Yeah, yeah, classic. Followed by America's Most Wanted. You know, you got to do the one and then the other. Always on a Saturday night. I think maybe not 6. Like my sister's 12 years older than me, so I have a lot of her like 80s influence on what I watched and when I watched it. Like my favorite song when I was 3 years old was "Closer" by 9 Inch Nails. Like if that explains anything about my childhood, that is it. So I remember like falling asleep watching Conan and then waking up for Mad TV every Saturday night.
Yeah.
Like that was like Cops, kind of sleeping during Conan, and then Mad TV. So I put Mad TV on here even though it's not in the window.
Oh, yeah.
But it's right there. I mean, it's like...
this was like the first or maybe the second or third year of Mad TV. It was pretty new by 98, I think.
I forget the guy. Oh, God.
Mike McDonald.
I love... Yep, that's the one.
Yep. He came to one of my shows.
Stewart.
Yeah,
Stewart. Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
So before he was on Mad TV, he worked for Roger Corman. And he wrote a bunch of like crazy children's films for Roger Corman. And there's one called The Return of the Red Baron that has Tobey Maguire in it pre-Spider-Man. And it is fucked up. Like there's Mickey Rooney, there's like parent murder. It's almost like a Child's Play movie, but it's like it's a comedy. It's bizarre. And he wrote it. He wrote like 2 or 3 movies before he was on Mad TV. He's in it too. He's in like 2 scenes.
I'm gonna have to go check that out. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
to be honest,
you'll be shocked. I won't give away any of the plot. You have to experience it yourself.
If we're leaning to cable, I have Behind the Music at 8, VH1. I don't know what it was, but that's probably what I would have turned on.
Boy George.
Xena.
Boy George is the
Boy George.
Yep.
Nice. And then Xena, Warrior Princess, Lucy Lawless. That's my sister's influence. You know, like she was a 90s goth, like a true 90s goth.
Same age as me.
Like,
so I'm already on board. The Boy George one is interesting because the drummer for Culture Club played drums in The Damned for a while before being in Culture Club. Like, and Boy George, they were all from that punk scene.
yeah.
So it's such a weird thing to see like where those guys ended up in like the mid 80s, you know?
That's kind of wild.
So it would have covered that era, which would have been really interesting. Xena, I never got into, but I love Lucy Lawless.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember watching it at my grandma's house every once in a while. I could not spit a single informational fact about Xena aside from that she's a warrior princess.
This,
you know, like I'm out.
In this particular episode, guest starring as Ares is Kevin Smith. Doing a rare acting role in a non-Kevin Smith project.
Okay, interesting. Kevin Smith in Xena.
Yeah, he must have just been a fan and been like, I want to be on Xena. And they're like, sure, come down to New Zealand.
Yep, you got it.
Sunday, what are you doing?
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Simpsons. I was torn at 9 o'clock for broadcast. I put X-Files because that's very like sister influence, and like I remember watching X-Files. But I also really remember watching Waterworld, so I put Waterworld because it's part 1. Yeah. And then again on Thursday, it's Waterworld the conclusion. So I was like, okay, like I gotta finish it out. Like I gotta. Even though if I did watch X-Files, I probably still would have watched the end of Waterworld.
So Waterworld's like a 3+ hour movie.
Yeah,
so
it's exhausting.
I have not seen that. I saw that when it came out. I saw it at a drive-in. And it was...
That's horrible.
It was on a double feature with John Carpenter's Village of the Damned remake. Doesn't make any sense.
All right.
But I remember Waterworld being like... It looked cool. Like, if I'm going to see it, that's like... the screen you want to see it on.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that.
And I remember being like, but recently, like in the last couple of years, people have talked, I haven't seen it since, have talked about it as being like worth revisiting. And it's like much more Mad Max.
It's one of those things. It's so bad. It's good almost at this point.
Yeah.
Even though it's not like that, it's fine. Like if we're being, it's fine. It's a movie. It's enjoyable to watch. You watched it.
Sure.
Am I going to revisit it? Probably not.
Got
But
3 hours
maybe
to kill.
if I have 3 hours, I'm watching Lord of the Rings, dude. Come on. But yeah, I don't know. Like I remember vaguely watching it again, maybe in high school for some reason. Maybe like
For the hell
drinking.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, like like just being a shithead. It's like Waterworld's on.
Oh my god, I got fucked up and watched Waterworld, dude.
Probably fucking freaked me out, gave me anxiety,
Yeah.
whatever. Cable though, I would have put on some Tom Hanks A League of Their Own.
Classic.
Classic movie.
That has
Favorite
yeah.
movie. Like I'm a baseball guy growing up. I don't really like it anymore just because I got exhausted with it and my knees hurt from being a catcher. But A League of Their Own is like literally in a league of its own.
Is
as a
that
movie.
the best baseball movie?
Is that the best baseball movie? It's easy top 5, but I don't know that I could name the other 4 off the cuff.
Major League.
Major League.
The
1,
Natural.
2, 3. The Natural's good. Rookie of the Year was a big hit
The year.
for me.
Angels in the Outfield.
That movie was exhausting for me. Like talk about just sheer like sadness in film. That was it. Like of course it's a good baseball movie, but like I don't think I put Field of Dreams up there, honestly.
Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears is great. Hardball.
Hardball.
Hardball was sick, and especially because like I'm from Baltimore, so like it felt common. It felt not common is a very bad word. It felt good. It felt like something I had seen. Because like all the teams we were playing against were very diverse kids.
Was it the
it's not like
the Ravens, the Baltimore baseball team?
no, it's Orioles.
Orioles.
Ravens are the football team.
That's the football team. Shows you what I know about sports. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
not a big sports guy, so we can stay as far away from sports as you want. But League of Their Own is just such a great film. I mean, Tom Hanks is just iconic in that movie and basically any other fucking movie. He's like top 3 for me.
And you get
actors.
everything you want from Tom Hanks. The classic Tom Hanks yelling.
What is your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go so left field with this, and it's not a baseball pun.
The Burbs.
The Burbs. Interesting.
Yeah.
I love The Terminal.
Oh, Terminal's good.
Terminal is like, that's a comfort movie for me. Like that's like I'm sick at home. Oh, that's not true. I can't say The Terminal. Sorry. Green Mile. By a mile.
So you like
Green
drama,
Mile's-
Tom Hanks.
I like, well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Green Mile's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm a Stephen King fanatic.
Yeah.
So, like, The Green Mile's, like, my favorite book of all time, probably favorite movie of all time. But The Terminal's, like, if I need something a little bit lighter, but still can hit some heavy tones, that's what I'm going to watch.
I'm about to blow your mind. Stephen King wrote a segment that was not produced for the first Creepshow movie that was about candlepin bowling.
Of course he did. just like Tom Hanks isn't going to die until he plays every single American in the USA. Yep. Stephen King's not going to die until he writes about every topic ever
in New England.
in horror aspect.
Yeah, and then at the
aspect.
payoff was that they were playing candlepin bowling with like body parts at the end. I forget, it was a very EC Comics thing, and they had it in the script for Creepshow and then didn't film it, and then they had it in the script for Creepshow 2 and also didn't film it.
I actually picked a Stephen King, but we can come back to
nice.
it.
All right, we'll come
it's
back
on
to
Friday,
to
so
Stephen King.
it's
before we move on to Monday, I want to point out, speaking of cable, how much I forgot in 1998 in TV Guide, they listed what porn movies were playing on the Playboy channel like it was just a regular thing. So at 8 p.m. on Sunday, they're showing Babe Watch 7, Malibu Waves. Like, who needs that?
There were some funny ones throughout the week. I did not pick any of them because,
The funniest thing is, though, I don't know who those were for, because they were hardcore porn movies that were edited to have all the hardcore taken out because you couldn't show it on broadcast TV. So it was like, who's watching this? Who's going to be like, oh shit, Babe Watch 7's on?
Baywatch 7, and it's just Baywatch. It's just like
Yeah, it's really not that much
it's
different.
not any different. Off-brand wish.com Baywatch.
Okay, fair enough. Monday, what are you doing?
Monday, classic America's Home funniest home videos for like hours, literally for hours. Come home from school, watch people sending in their videos and getting on TV and making, I don't know, $10,000 or whatever the heck, or $1,000 or whatever. Yeah. That's my 8 to 10. Cable, we go with Unsolved Mysteries, because that's just, I watched that today. I go on Prime and I throw on Unsolved Mysteries until I fall asleep, and I don't solve any of them.
I got the box set over here somewhere. It comes in like a wooden trunk. And it's like
it's unsolved.
Yeah, it's great.
Pirate's chest.
America's Funniest Home Videos at this time was co-hosted by Daisy Fuentes. This was
it really?
Yeah, this was the post Bob Saget, pre Tom Bergeron. It was co-hosted by Daisy Fuentes.
I remember Tom Bergeron, like
Boston guy. Daisy Fuentes and John Fuselhorn. I forget his name, but it was that's when they ska-cored the theme song, and during their period it was like a real big fish version of the theme song.
Hell yeah.
It's so 1998.
It is very 98. Those Taco Bell Lunchables, very ska-coded, real big fish in my head.
Yeah. The kid eating those Taco Bell Lunchables, everything in his head is upstrokes.
Yeah, for sure. Do I have a favorite unsolved mystery? No, I don't think I could tell you what my favorite unsolved mystery is, because I fall asleep during all of them. So it's weird. I just pop 2 melatonins and then put it on, and I don't get far enough in the mystery to be scared.
This year, so one of the ones that terrified me the most, because it happened in not too far from where I live, there was a guy who was going to like strip malls in the middle of the day and would go into stores, lock the door, and then just like sexually assault everyone in there. And they never caught, like, this was in like the mid 80s.
How do they not catch them? Oh, because in the 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
No cameras.
They caught him
very few
this year.
That's 46 years later,
Yes.
40 years later.
Yes.
Is he still doing it?
No, he wasn't still doing it, but it was, I'll spare the details, but they did have DNA evidence and were able to tie this guy to it. But I like half heard it on the radio. I'm like, that can't be the same, because they were like, who was accused of, and I was like, oh my God, they caught that guy 40 years later.
There was one unsolved mystery I remember that was like, I think it might have been in Maryland or DC or Philly or somewhere, like, around where I grew up. And like a dude jumped off a building and fell through the ceiling of like the sub building, and he disappeared.
Yeah, that was the first.
They couldn't find him ever. And I was like, what the? What
and they didn't know how
happening?
he got on the roof either. Like,
there was like no access. It was just super weird. There's a hole that they can't find the guy. He's just gone.
And the hole was almost like a Wile E. Coyote man-shaped hole. Like, it was like almost like a cartoonish hole.
Literally, I fell through the ceiling in my house a couple months ago, and I made a hole like that.
Were you in the attic and you stepped?
I was, and I slipped off one of the beams and just fell 10 feet
straight through the corner.
I was totally fine.
Yeah.
I hurt my leg, but I didn't break any bones or anything, so that's good.
Were people in the room underneath you?
I nearly landed on my children.
They're going to be traumatized for life by dad came through the ceiling.
I opened my eyes and there was just fiberglass, and then I saw my youngest son, he's 1, just screaming. And my daughter, she's 3, she's standing in the doorway to her bedroom with her hands on her hips, and she says, well, look at this mess. And that was it. No concern for the man that just fell out of her ceiling.
I mean,
but
she wasn't wrong. It was a mess.
There was a mess. There was a major mess. But
well, we all learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
I think we've all fallen through a ceiling. There's an ad in here for a hand-painted pewter and solid sterling silver Star Trek The Next Generation collector's chess set. That looks terrible. I mean, I'm not a big Star Trek guy anyway, but this looks so bad. Like So the way this works, it's like a subscription, right? So you sign up and they give you the board. You get that for free, right? But every month you get a new piece for $37.50.
There are some crazy Star Trek fans out there that I'm sure did it.
The gold-toned playing board provides storage for all 32 chess pieces. So that's 32 times $37.50. I don't know what the math is there, but that's like $1,000-ish probably, right?
That's a lot of money
for that thing.
for that.
I bet you we could buy
thing.
one on eBay for like $25.
It's really ugly.
Yeah. It doesn't look cool and futuristic. It looks like, you know what it looks like, everybody? It looks like a solar panel that you have in your yard for like a light or like a water fountain.
It's that, but combined with like one of those dollar store checkers and chess sets that are magnets.
Yep.
That's what it is.
On top
but also you can't play the game right away because you're waiting on the next piece to come in.
32 months. You get one
That's
a
a long
month.
time to not play chess.
That's almost 3 years. You have to wait because chess isn't something you can play with some of the pieces. It's going to take you 3 years.
It's not even I will receive 2 new playing pieces every other month, but will be billed for only one at a time, $37.50 per month.
So you pay every month, but you only get...
That's not even including shipping.
You get 2 every other month, but you pay every month. So it's still going to take you 32 months. Because you get 2 every other month. I bet you there's like 700 versions of this out there with like 16 pieces.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Do you think
one gets lost in the mail, dude?
Think
oh my God,
anyone completed this set? Anyone?
One guy, the guy who designed it.
He didn't want it. He didn't even want his name on it.
He's like, I don't, no.
Like, all right, I'll do your stupid.
The official.
It looks like it's on the base of it looks like a combination of like one of those drink holders that float in a pool and like one of those iPads for kids that are like indestructible.
It literally, like, I used to have Star Wars, like, little models that, like, came on a little plastic circle base with, like, a little line and it held the ship up in the air. Like, it's like that, kind of.
But not as cool. Those were micro
not
machines.
Not even as cool. This is like...
Yeah.
Oh, God. No, that's really bad. I'd rather get the Star of Hope jeweled cross below it.
Yeah, because that you can at least fight vampires with that thing. It says Fratelli Copini, a first from the house of Fratelli Copini. This is
thank you, Fratelli.
A limited edition fine art sculpture, individually hand numbered and hand painted. And that whole sculpture cost $37.50.
How big is this chessboard?
Does it say the size? Oh yeah, the size is here. The board actual size of 17 inches long by 17 inches and 2.5 inches high.
Big.
Yeah.
Like it's like a little over, Actually, it kind of is big. 17 inches is like a foot and a half.
Yeah, so if you look at like a 12-inch, it's like a record sleeve, like 50% larger record sleeve.
Probably standard chess size.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what standard is for
Not
chess.
a chess player.
I think they're not 2 inches high, though. That seems like a high chessboard. But the Star of Hope jeweled cross is only 5 inches and costs the same as 2 pieces of the Star Trek set. Yeah. Also on Monday night, before we move on to Tuesday, I don't remember this at all, but USA Network made an adaptation of Moby Dick starring Henry Thomas as from E.T., Ted Levine, who was Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs, Patrick Stewart as Ahab, and Gregory Peck. And it was
Father Magpie?
Father Maple. And it was sponsored by Tylenol gel tabs.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Don't
miss tonight's epic conclusion.
Those are pretty big names. Like, you could Gregory
Yeah,
Peck.
that's kind of a loaded cast for Moby Dick. For Monday night cable, I put the Wonder Years. There's like a group of TV shows that I'm too young for. and I would be like Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World, The Wonder Years, like all of those like pop punk bands, right? But I just think today it's like, okay, I would probably watch those, like just go back and be like, yo, like that's something I think I would enjoy today, and be like, wow, this is not how the world works anymore.
Well, I mean, Wonder Years is great. Like that holds up very well. I mean, Saved by the Bell is really dumb. But like Wonder Years is sort of timeless in that like you're middle-aged and you're looking back at your youth way. And it still blows my mind that in 87, when that started, it was set in 67. So if that show was made now, it would be set in 2006.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. What a good show. Yeah, Nick at Night was showing it at this time. There's a terrible sitcom on that I wanted to love. It's on at 9:30. I love Bob Newhart. And this was a show called George and Leo with Bob Newhart and, oh my God, what's his name from Taxi? Judd Hirsch. And they played, their kids got married and they hated each other, but their kids got married, so they had to hang out together. It was kind of like Grumpy Old Men. Yeah. And Bob Newhart's son was played by Jason Bateman. And it just wasn't good. It had a really good cast, and like I wanted to like it, and it's not good. I remember being very disappointed by that show. 90s, man.
The 90s.
How bad do you think the CGI whale in that Moby Dick is?
There's only one way to find out.
That's true. But 98, I'm like, that's got to be like Sci-Fi Channel.
Got to be awful. But I honestly, I have such a love for like that style of CGI. Like just shitty animation CGI is like I love it so much. Like speaking of Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Raiders of the Lost Ark, like the scene that is burnt into my mind literally is the melting face scene. Yeah. And like, like the laser fire hits all the Nazis and like shoots, and like that laser is so like Back to the Future laser. Like those kinds of like effects are like, yeah, dude, I love that.
That's what you want. The practical, like those are hand drawn animation. Yeah. Like the like no weight, weird, floaty, bad CG of the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just like, who thought this looked okay? And like there are very few special effects that are effective as making a wax head of somebody and just melting it. It's in tons of movies, and it always is effective.
It hits every time.
Yeah.
It's so good. And, like, I think that was probably, like, one of the first times that I saw it, was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like, that was such a dad influence of mine. Like, he was a sci-fi guy. He loved Star Trek, loved X-Files, and, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. I saw... What was the first Star Wars I saw in theater? I guess it was Episode 1.
That would have been 98, right? I think it would have been 98 or 99, right?
Yeah. I saw it at the Senator, which was like a very famous movie theater in Baltimore. I don't think it's open anymore, but it was like so... Like, I was 8, dude, like, or 6. The pod racing was like...
Very cool.
The coolest shit ever. Yeah. I was like, oh my God.
I don't even like Star Wars, and I think it was the second Episode 2 in the theater, and like Christopher Lee fighting Yoda. Come on. That's just entertaining.
Yeah. It's just the best.
Everybody's going to like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's when I was a kid. It was like, I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It's just lightsabers and pod racings, Like, it was like, that was cool. That was what I wanted to see more of, 2 was a little slow for me as a kid. I was like, okay, this is
a little bit too much political intrigue.
Like, okay,
and
now
tariffs.
General Grievous. Okay, cool. Like, he's got 6 4 arms. Yeah. Like, he's just kind of swinging. That was cool. That was rad. But like everything else, is like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Treaties and like what's going on there. The American Comedy Awards is on Tuesday night, and as a huge comedy nerd, I would watch those every year. They kind of stopped airing them. But this one was the 11th annual, and it moved to Fox after being on ABC. But aside from the fact that it has Jerry Lewis receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award, and he's the worst. And that Andy Dick is on the show, who's one of the worst human beings in the world. But you got Damon Wayans, David Allen Greer, Frank Oz, John Cleese, Penn and Teller, the Smothers Brothers. Like, I'm going to watch that anytime. Like, that's bang for your buck right there.
I mean, I'd go Monty Python even too.
Oh yeah, on PBS.
On PBS, baby. The Red Dwarf. We just talked about that earlier. I probably, like, as a kid, for whatever reason, Buffy.
I can tell you the reason.
I was 6. Okay, relax.
I was gonna say
Frasier.
vampires.
I remember watching Frasier all the time.
As a kid?
As a fucking kid, dude.
Wow. Okay.
I watched weird shit as a kid. Did I know what was happening? No. I thought their accents were cool.
Probably enjoyed it.
You know? Like, I feel like I watched a lot of sitcoms because, like, that's all that cable had to offer in where I lived. Like, that and PBS. But, like, I guess PBS got boring for me at a certain time.
Sure.
So it was, like, PBS and then, like, either it was WB for cartoons on a Saturday morning.
That you got your Superman the Animated Series, your Justice Leagues.
Like, Jackie Chan Adventures. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of Pokemon as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, 90s. But I didn't have anything for 10 p.m. there. I don't know what I would have... Like, I remember staying up late and watching MASH with my dad.
Oh, that sounds like punishment as a kid. That seems like such an adult show.
I just wanted to, like, spend time with my dad.
Yeah.
You know, I had no idea what the heck was going on. It
he
was
enjoyed
like,
it.
oh, I could stay up late. Like, he was like, yeah, we're watching MASH, you know, like, whatever. Like, my dad does not sound like that.
I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good impression of his dad that I've never heard.
That's my dad. I don't know.
But this is, I kind of forgot that we're in March. So this is when they still used to do, mid-season replacements. So this is when fall shows had failed. They had these sort of weirder shows kind of in the pipeline that they would replace them with mid-season. So like February, March, April, you'd get all these weird mid-season replacements. And so we get one called Late Line that was Al Franken's show that was like a parody, like late night talk show that was on after Frasier. Didn't do well, as you can imagine. There was a show called For Your Love with Holly Robinson that came out that night that was by the creator of Living Single. So Living Single, which was an amazing show, was ripped off and turned into Friends. Friends was the white Living Single.
Whoa.
So weirdly, by 98, NBC must have realized they were like, it's obvious what we did. So they gave this woman who's very talented, I'm sure she earned this, but she has a sitcom on NBC now called For Your Love that didn't do well. I don't remember it, but I'm curious if it was any good. Also on E! That night, I definitely watched this. From Pinup to Sex Queen, the Betty Page story. It's a 2-hour documentary about Betty Page on E!
That's actually sick.
Which would have been unusual. That's like kind of a niche thing by that time. Red Dwarf was on Tuesday nights on New Hampshire Public Television. It was Doctor Who and then Red Dwarf. And in high school on Tuesday nights, I used to, at 10 o'clock on Tufts College radio station, they had an industrial music show called Goddamn Governed by Electronics. Speaking of Nine Inch Nails. And I would listen to that at 10 while watching Doctor Who and Red Dwarf with the closed captions on.
Amazing.
Just, multitasking.
Yeah, I do that now.
Yeah.
I put something on, I print thousands of t-shirts, I'm watching I went through all of Marvel in chronological order.
What was your takeaway from doing that?
I shouldn't have done it.
It's not very satisfying, is it?
Honestly, like, when you're in the zone with like screen printing or something so manual with your body, like, you lose a lot of focus on the external stuff. So it was kind of just dull noise in the background, and like, I would tune in and out, but like, I had seen it all, like, there's very little of it that I haven't seen over the course of whatever. So watching it in chronological, it's just like, that's cool and all, but like, you're jumping from like really good movies to really bad ones very quickly, and then it's like just a lot of back and forth, a lot of like pulling, tug and pull.
As a big comic book guy, and I won't go too far down this rabbit hole because I could talk about this all day. Two of the big mistakes they made. I think overall having it be a shared universe was bad for everything, because as a result, you never tell a story because none of the movies conclude definitively because you have to watch the next
No, I
thing.
agree with that.
So that's one problem. The other problem is because you have them all in this same world, it dilutes the interesting part of all the stories. So like if you have sci-fi in the same world as magic, in the same world as like street crime, it makes them all seem silly. Like you need kind of one or the other.
I agree with that. I'm very much a origin story guy. Like those movies are my favorite. I don't know why. I think it's because it's like the most story that's like tangible.
It's an arc.
You know, it's
a
like this is
built-in
their
character
story,
arc.
you know? And then you're right. Like now we're like into like, you know, the Avengers number 47,
Right.
and it's like, when does it end? When are we going to call it quits?
Yeah, when
you know, like
when the Guardians of the Galaxy are fighting a demon, I'm like, no, it's either you have demons or you got aliens.
yeah, you can't
like,
have both. That's you're
I mean, someone really smart and good could probably do both well, but that's a tough. You gotta have some skills.
my next movie, Demons versus Aliens.
It's gonna be huge.
It's like a Aliens versus Predator spinoff kind of
but
thing.
it's Hellraiser versus Aliens, which I guarantee
It's just
you
Nick
someone
Cage
pitched.
versus himself.
Yes, it's him as his alien version. There's also a terrible mid-season replacement show called That's Life. That's basically Home Improvement, but with a fat guy. Perfect. They're like, we'll do Home
No
Improvement,
notes.
but fat. What do they call this? Bad news. Let's see if anyone. I don't recognize a single person in that show. Wow. Wednesday night.
Standard TV. I'm watching The Nanny and then Seinfeld.
Nanny's a quality show.
Nanny's a great show. Loved Nanny. I did not like. This one was hard for me because I didn't know. Like I remember watching Third Rock from the Sun. I don't remember Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place.
Set in Boston.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
And I looked it up, and it's Ryan Reynolds, Nathan Fillion, and Trailer Howard. I'm like, okay, wait, what the fuck is this? And it's like actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
I watched like a little YouTube clip. I was like, okay, I probably would have watched that. I didn't know what it was until today.
It's not a
like
bad
literally until a couple hours
show.
ago.
It's sort of in that Friends Seinfeld mode.
Yeah, yeah.
It took place in Boston. It was actually created by some guys that went to Emerson College, and they basically were like, we used to live above this pizza place. This is kind of about us. The pizza place is a real pizza place in Somerville, Mass. And this is great. It's called Peenie's Pizza. And as a designer, you should Google the font on this because it looks like penis pizza. Like there's no way Peenie's Pizza Somerville is going to look anyway, design wise. Like that's a challenge. Like if someone came to you and they're like, hey, my business is called Peenie's Pizza. Can you design our logo? Like you'd probably say no, right?
Oh, so it's okay. P-I-N-I.
Yeah.
P-I-N-I.
Yeah. That doesn't make it that much better. Yeah.
I literally spelled it like P-E-E. Like I was like, I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
like
I should
P.
have specified.
Yeah.
But that's
It
the
does
pizza place
definitely-
that Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place is based on.
That's so funny. Interesting.
Saturday Night Live had a joke because after the first season of Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, they changed the name to Two Guys and a Girl.
Okay, I don't know if I saw that somewhere else, but I don't know if it's just page. What page is this? 110 on the PDF.
Oh yeah.
It says guys/girls/pizza. Like
Yeah.
because it shortened it. I was like, oh okay, what the heck is it? And it's at the same time actually on just a different channel.
They cut the pizza place out. So SNL had a sketch this year that was a spinoff, just the pizza place was the joke. But yeah, not a bad show.
Okay, and then Cheers, ending with Cheers that night.
Nick at Night was showing Cheers at this time. I never watched 90210. Fox has a mid-season replacement show on from the creators of Party of Five called Significant Others, and it looks terrible. But it stars Jennifer Garner. Who else is in this? Lawrence Pressman, Jennifer Garner, and Gigi Rice. I'm like, all right, Jennifer Garner's the only one there who really came out on top there.
Drama miniseries.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thanks.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Cable, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Anytime, any place, any day, I'd watch that.
I was feeling silly, so I was like, okay, that ends, and then I'm watching Tom and Jerry. I'm watching Scooby-Doo, you know? Call it a day.
It's
call
all
it a
sort of up a
Wednesday night.
piece. That's sort of in the same realm.
No notes, perfect night.
That movie's so goddamn good. I'd watch that anytime. Yeah.
I'm a rebel, daddy.
For my birthday one year, I think maybe my 40th birthday, my wife had Cassandra Peterson, who's Elvira, send me a postcard from the biker bar. Because she's the one who goes, I say, let me have him. So I have this postcard from her from what's like Satan's Pilgrims or something, I think. Satan's Helpers. I have it framed upstairs. It's like one of my prized possessions.
That is so cool.
Thursday, what are you doing?
Just Shoot Me.
Because you love David Spade. You can't get enough.
I love David Spade. He's my favorite. I know. I remember watching that as a kid. Don't know why. It was on. And then obviously finishing Waterworld, the conclusion.
Of course.
I guess I maybe missed the middle half of the 3-part. I don't know how many parts it actually is, but finishing Waterworld on cable, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I did PBR Championship bull riding because I probably would have watched that at my grandma's house.
Funny.
Like that sounds something stupid that I would watch. And then Fargo.
Oh, okay.
With Steve Buscemi, and I was like, I feel like, did they remake Fargo? I feel like they remade
a TV series.
A TV. Okay, so I've seen the TV series. I was like, this looks or sounds familiar, but I'm like, I'm gonna Google it just to make sure. The trailer for Fargo is so Coen Brothers. It's not fun. It's the most ridiculous. I was cracking the hell up, and it's not supposed to be a comedy.
It is.
Like
though.
I don't.
It's sort of like.
Is it?
Yeah, most Coen Brothers things are comedies, even if they're like.
I wasn't
movies.
sure if this was like. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like I honestly I was cracking up and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go watch this later tonight.
Fargo's
like literally,
great.
like it looks so funny, and it's not something I had because I think that was 86 or something was when it was made.
So Fargo was 94, I think. But like they did Raising Arizona in 86 because Blood Simple
You're right.
was 84.
I was thinking of a different movie.
Yeah, Hudsucker Proxy was later, but yeah, Fargo was like their 90s movie.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's very funny. It was a weird phenomenon.
Every movie I'm picking for this entire thing is 96 for whatever
it's a good
reason.
Year for movies.
Good year for movies.
I am still amazed. All week, I don't know if this is on purpose, but every night, all of the documentaries are about like titty models. So like Thursday night, Playmates of the 1960s, interviews with 8 former Playmates from the 1960s on E!
They just know what they like that week.
Yeah, they know what people want to watch on a random week in March. But
sexy swimsuits.
Just Shoot Me, I cannot tell apart from Suddenly Susan, Caroline in the City, and Veronica's Closet. They all blend into one show for me.
The David Spade.
Yeah, he's the only. He did my stand-up show once. They were filming that movie, Grown Ups, or one of the Grown Ups movies.
Yeah, and
so they would have nothing to do at night, so they would like come in and do sets. He was very nice, but he was like, "Hi, I'm David." He's teeny man. I'm David. Friday, final night of the week. What are you doing?
I put Beyond Belief, Fact of Fiction, like half-hour little sets there. And then 9 o'clock, Sabrina the Teenage Witch is probably what I would have watched.
It's good.
10 p.m. I didn't really have much for Friday, I don't think. Let me pull it up. Probably like Homicide: Life on the Street, something
light.
A little kosher.
Yeah. Alfie Woodward is in this episode, and this is a weird episode of Homicide: Life on the Street because Alfie Woodward plays her character from the 80s TV show St. Elsewhere on this Homicide episode, placing them in the, speaking of Marvel movies, placing them in the same universe. Okay. Which St. Elsewhere infamously do you know how that TV show ended?
No.
So, like, critically acclaimed show. It takes place in a hospital. It's on for, I think, 5 or 6 seasons. The last episode they reveal, the entire series, were the delusions of an autistic boy who has this little snow globe of a hospital, and he's been imagining all these stories.
Perfect.
So because characters from St. Elsewhere have appeared in other shows, like in the kind of early days of the internet, like early 2000s, really, this kid made this massive map of every character.
That's such a 90s thing to do. Early 2000s energy. Made his own website.
He's like, all these people exist in this autistic boy's brain because this is the expanded universe of all these characters, including Homicide: Life on the Street, because Alfred Woodward is playing her character in this thing.
That's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah. That's a weird little side quest.
Yeah, that's a dedication to that cause. Stephen King's Thinner is on.
Yes, that's what I picked.
Is that what you picked for cable?
It's what I picked for cable.
It's not a bad movie.
I have never seen it. I'm a big Stephen King fan. I watched the trailer of that. I was like, what the fuck is this movie?
It's very 90s.
Like, what is this movie?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so like I don't know. It seems very like Santa Claus, and then it's just not.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like,
it's a great example of one of my being like a horror and comedy nerd. One of my favorite things is when a comedy premise turns into a horror premise. And it hadn't changed at all, right? So, like,
that's exactly what going,
and that's exactly what that is. There's a great episode of the new Twilight Zone from the mid '80s called Wordplay that I've talked about in the show a bunch. But it, this guy, people start using the wrong words for things around him, like slowly. Like this woman's like, "Honey, what do you want for dinosaurs tonight?" And he's like, "What?" She's like, "Dinosaur. I'm cooking dinosaur. What do you want?" And he's like, "Do you mean dinner?" And it's like, "Yeah, that's what I said." And and it's funny because they're the wrong words. Yeah. But then as the episode goes on, every word's wrong, and everyone around him is speaking words he recognizes
like gibberish,
and he doesn't understand, and it's horrifying.
Interesting.
It's really
no, that's
great.
A cool premise. That's a really cool premise.
It's great, but it's a perfect example of that. And Thinner is like that too.
Thinner's just weird.
Yeah. It's very cheap.
I don't know. 90s. It's apparently they were trying to get John Candy to play the main actor for Thinner, and I was like, that would have been super fucking interesting.
Yeah. But he hated playing anything that played on the fact that he was overweight. Like, it really bothered him. Yeah. But I love John Candy so much, and I love Only the Lonely is such a good movie, and it's sort of a dramedy, and I'm like, we would have got the best like dramatic roles from that guy in the 90s and 2000s. I guarantee you. Like the way Tom Hanks went, like I bet we would have got amazing roles from Candy. Yeah. There's Dinner and a Movie is a show that I always watched. It was on TBS, and it was these two people would make a recipe while they watched a movie. And it was Annabelle Gurwitch and Paul. What was Paul's last name? Paul has a podcast now about mental health. But this one they're showing Edward Scissorhands, and I do not understand the premise of this particular episode, because for this one night only, it's dinner and a monkey. And it says...
Yes, I was going to bring this up. Oh, my God.
What? It goes, join Paul and Annabelle and a cast of hilarious monkeys as they pay tribute to this year's award-nominated films. What?
I was literally about to look up this ad and share it because I think it's so weird.
Why?
And I'm like, I kind of want to see it.
Like, you have a premise of a show already. You're showing a movie and you're making food around it. You're introducing monkeys for some reason. And then on top of that, the monkeys are somehow involved with award season. I don't understand.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
but they did it.
Have you ever seen Millennium?
I have not seen Millennium.
So Millennium is on this night. It's not a spin-off of the X-Files. It was actually an X-Files spin-in. So it was Chris Carter created it. Lance Hendrickson stars in it. It was 2 seasons. He was he hunted serial killers for this corporation, like a shady corporation. And they were obsessed with the coming millennium and the apocalypse. And there was you didn't know what was going on. And the show got canceled, But then in a X-Files episode, the next season, they brought his character in and like tied up all the stuff from the show. So it was literally a spin in.
So thoughtful of them.
But the show was cool. It was just, I think it was too dark and weird for the 90s, and people who like the X-Files like the Will They Won't They. There was like some comedy in the X-Files, and this was grim.
I probably would have liked that.
It's good.
That's just kind of like the style I like. I like the darker stuff. As I showcase the sitcoms that I would watch, I like
Just
the
Shoot
stuff.
Me. I thought that was about a murderer.
Just Shoot Me. Yeah, me too. That's why I picked it.
Yeah.
I thought David Spade died in that
He
one.
gets shot every episode. He's just resurrected.
That would make that show so good.
I would watch that.
You just don't know what's going to happen, but he's going to get shot.
Yeah. Like, when's he
no,
gonna
I
get
would
shot?
watch
Could
that.
happen anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, but Millennium's great, and it's weirdly completely overlooked now. Like people who are like still watch X-Files or whatever, and you could stream it, but just kind of no one checks it out for whatever reason. But it's pretty good. So that is the week. Are there any shows that your kids have turned you onto that you actually like and like would watch without them?
Like on PBS.
Or PBS or anything, yeah.
I mean, I'm a Bluey guy.
Okay.
I'm going to say it. I love Bluey. It's so good. It is like a next level TV show, and the hype is absolutely warranted.
I've never watched it, but so many people I know,
honestly,
parents have said that same thing.
They're like 7-minute episodes. It would be worth it to watch like 2.
Okay. All right.
Even without kids. I don't know if you have
I
kids
don't
or not,
know.
but like
God.
even without kids, it's like such a good thing for parents to watch with their kids. It's low. It's not like very crazy and hyper, and like it's very honest. I feel
That's
like
what
to the
everyone seems like.
parental
this is
role
like a
of
quality,
2020 plus.
straightforward show. Just like a good show.
Australian made.
The only PBS kid show I absolutely hate, Zaboomafoo.
Interesting.
I hate the Krat brothers. I don't know why. I hate them.
I remember watching Zaboomafoo and enjoying it as a kid. There is a new Krat Brothers show called Wild Kratts, and it's animated, and I don't think I've ever even given it the time. It's because it's so new that I'm like, my kids aren't at the age where they get it. I mean, like I'm a Steve Irwin guy too.
Yeah.
Like, love him.
Yeah. Rest in peace,
Just kiss.
Steve Irwin.
Rest in peace. But I think, like with my kids, like my daughter really likes Curious George.
Okay.
And I'd rather read the books than like watch the show. There's a couple really good. There's Carl the Collector's really good. It's about an autistic, not panda. What is he? He's a raccoon.
Okay.
And they do a really, really good job of showcasing kids living with different types of autism.
Right.
I made a friend. His name's Tim Frost. He has a son named Odin who is highly on the spectrum, and he has he's a tablet to talk a lot of the time because he's not completely nonverbal, but he's very nonverbal. And PBS hired him to be the first nonverbal speaking role on a cartoon.
That's great.
For a Carl the Collector.
Yeah.
And so like his panda Paolo that he plays like literally has a tablet, and the whole episode is about that. I'm like, that is so cool and powerful that they are doing that kind of stuff. And it's just wonderful to see, the little guys win sometimes.
And that's PBS.
You know?
I mean, they do that where other networks aren't even making kids animated shows anymore. Almost nobody that I can even think of. So we won't even get into the defunding piece, but it's, have you ever seen the Mr. Rogers testimony before Congress about PBS footage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's,
about 4,500 times now.
Give me
But
goosebumps.
I have seen a lot of documentaries and like versions of what he's done, and like the cool thing about what he did is he would go offset in Pittsburgh, and it was near, I forget the college. There's a college right there, and he would go to the college and talk to the leading professional in early childhood education at the time and have her read every single script.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I think it was him, and like I think he went to 2 other people for that same exact thing, and he would take that data, convert it into his life, and then like be it. And just like the slow talking, very I think a lot of adults need to hear his words today.
Yeah.
You know, and like hear, like in their heart and mind, and like really listen.
Oh, and Tom Hanks played him. There you go. Tom Hanks played Mr. Yeah.
It was wonderful. Be my neighbor.
I had Francois Clemens on the show, who was Officer Clemens, you know, the famous.
That's crazy.
He just had amazing things to say about him and just amazing stories. But as I've gotten older, I've realized that life is split into three phases. You love Mr. Rogers. You think it's stupid and you make fun of Mr. Rogers. Then you love
Sesame Street.
Then you love Mr. Rogers again and realize you were wrong for making fun of Mr. Rogers. Those are the three stages of life. You're 100%. Like, oh, this guy was a genius.
I will like the same thing for Sesame Street for me. I think there's just like that like preteen teen years where like I'm not a baby, like I don't need to watch this. Ooh, yeah, like you know that's like I listen to Limp Bizkit. Yeah. I still do, but it's like. There was that era where I listened to Korn a lot, you know, and I thought everything sucked because it wasn't Korn or whatever, you know, like, but I don't know. I've become to appreciate that I can like Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's okay
as an adult. It's fine to like things
and I will
that
say,
other people don't like.
Have you ever seen Follow That Bird, the Sesame Street movie? Oh
no.
My God, you have to see. It's the best Muppet movie by far, and I like the Muppets, and it is dark as hell, and it is sad and funny, and it is such a good movie. I do not understand why that movie is not beloved. It is like everything that's great about Sesame Street in this amazing movie, and I love it. Follow That Bird is so underrated. It's like criminal.
I'm gonna go watch it. Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
It's awesome.
It looks.
It's awesome.
Muppets are just so cool. Yeah. I mean, anything Jim Henson, like I did like all the crows. I have a bunch of crow drawings behind me. All of those were gifted by like customers and stuff. And like I traded shirts for art. It was a cool little art swap I did. And somebody sent me a 1984, 86 kid's suitcase. And it's Sesame Street, and it's signed. It's like it's not signed, but like it has Jim Henson's signature on it, so it's like a very iconic era. And I took it to PBS, to their headquarters when I met them, and they were like, "You need to get on Antiques Roadshow with this piece of luggage. Like this is like Elmo's on it, so it had to be this year, but like it's such a cool piece that you need to submit it." And I was like, "I mean,
do it.
Let's go." Let's do it.
Yeah, you know a guy. If you find yourself in Queens at any point, the Museum of the Moving Image, which is a great museum generally anyway, but they have a permanent Jim Henson exhibit. And it's got his notes. There's a thing where it's his notes about Labyrinth, like with titles and crossed out.
Labyrinth is like
all his working notes. They have Bowie's costume. They have all the puppets. They have Rolf. They have like the coolest thing is, you know, I think it's the first Muppet. Maybe it's Muppets Take Manhattan where there's the wedding at the end with all the characters. Mm-hmm. They have the little set mock-up that Henson built because he had to show where the puppeteers would be. And it's a little model. They have like just amazing, like stuff that's cool to see, but also just to see like how the guy's brain worked is mind-blowing.
It's super interesting how like tight knit this like obviously PBS is everywhere in the US. Like it's pretty active. Like I think there's 350 affiliate stations now or something like that. But like the Northeast, dude, like Pittsburgh, Boston, New York, like they do the Mr. Rogers like annual retreat thing, and I was like, I want to go to that in Pittsburgh. And like the Jim Henson, like I get ads on Facebook sometimes for their like you can come and learn how to make Muppets. Yeah. Like you can see the workshop and like make a Muppet. And I was like, oh my God, this is like I want to do it, you know, like, and it's just,
and you could like
finding the time to fly up and do it, but
it's attainable, which is the weirdest part. And I don't know if this is still there, but in the Pittsburgh airport, they used to have Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, you know, from the beginning, the little model. And so I didn't know, and I flew in there once and I was just like walking through the airport and I just like stopped cold and I was like, it's the neighborhood and it's It's
still there. It's permanent.
It's amazing.
There's his sweater.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I first got the PBS's punk like shirts done, I was like, oh, I gotta get a red sweater. And I'm like doing all this research trying to find this red sweater. All of his sweaters were hand knit by his mom.
Yeah. You're not
Like,
going to find
what?
one. Yeah.
You're not gonna find it. They don't make them.
Yeah.
Nobody makes them. And I'm like, oh my god, like
Tap market.
with just like the single coiled like wrap
Yep.
on the front zipper.
Very simple.
Iconic.
Yeah. And first job for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And George Romero used to work on the Mr. Rogers show.
That is right. He was like he was a tech of some sort, I believe.
To
or
shoot
something.
some of the films. Like he didn't shoot the crayon thing where they go to the factory, but he would shoot that kind of stuff. Like, you know, that those little like short documentary things he would show the picture.
And like all of like I've seen those like memes where it's like we wouldn't have zombie movies if it weren't for Mr. Rogers. Like, because I think there was some connection between him being there and Mr. Rogers like wanting him there.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly
Image
what.
10 was his production company that he ran with the other guys that they did Night of the Living Dead with, like Russ Steiner, and they formed their company making industrial shorts and commercials after working on those ones on Mr. Rogers' show. So it's like they wouldn't have met.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very important in a very weird world. It's dangerous.
But that's the world I want to live in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want little weird small connections to be the reason that cool things happen. I mean, like, it's kind of the same thing of like if 9/11 didn't happen, then My Chemical Romance wouldn't have made music. You know, like, period. Like, that's, you know, and people love to make those little like.
I want to hear something really weird about 9/11 before I let you go. I was working. I was working at a radio station here in Boston called WFNX that was like our big all rock station, and I was producing the morning show when I was in college, and I was working the day of 9/11, filling in on the news. But we used to have Seth MacFarlane on all the time because he was from Providence and he knew some of the guys host the show. And I think this is common knowledge now, but he was supposed to be on one of the planes. He overslept, drove up from Providence to Logan and missed the flight and was like pissed because he was going to LA. It was a flight to LA. He was like, I got a meeting, blah, 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 blah. And he was telling us that, I don't know, like a week or two after that. And it was just like insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. It was like of all the people that could be on that thing. But yeah, it's a strange world, but you're doing good work, my friend. You're spreading the word. You're keeping it alive in a dark world where, PBS is.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like the amount of people that have given me shit about this is actually kind of insane.
Really?
But,
why?
You know, yeah. I mean, like, you know how it is. Like the loudest voice is the worst one. You know, but like when I first dropped it, the virility of the post was so. I had, you know, MAGA guys calling me a pedophile because I'm supporting PBS, and like it's not even just. That's the thing. A lot of people think PBS. They think kids. They don't think the entire conglomerate of it. A lot of people think news as their like as a source, and I'm like, that's fine too, whatever. And then I've got like, you know, the whole, I don't know, like the nihilistic anarchist punks who
fucking
think that punk
whatever.
is it's like, dude, like, I mean, I'll be the first one to say it, like 85+% probably of all of PBS's affiliate stations are from viewers like you. You know, like
100%.
the funding is from people. You know, they are a non-profit organization. And I keep getting like, how could it be? How can something government funded be punk? And I'm like, okay, I could like go down a list of nonprofits that I think are punk that get government funded, like Feed America or like whatever.
It's
you know,
the
like
stupidity of people who are like anything government is inherently to scream against, and it's like, no, the ideal of punk would be
park rangers, dude. Like the park system, they are punk as fuck, dude.
It's like the people's money, you know, supporting like, a diverse group of people.
And then like I don't think, you know, taxpayer dollars. I'm like, you're really pissed off about your $1.60 a year that's going
the rest
to
of the
PBS.
shit it's going to.
Yeah, right. And like, let alone like I'm getting people who are like, our news needs to be, you know, owned by the people and no one else. I'm like, that's great, but you want to get rid of PBS, which is
The
like
only one that is like that.
the only news station that's not owned by 3 billionaires. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck are you
And
talking
is
about?
not beholden to advertisers. So it's like, yeah, people are just dumb.
I hate the idea that like if some shitty big corporation said, hey dude, here's $20,000 to do something with, and I do something good with it, that makes me a bad person.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you're taking their money and doing something good with it. And then you didn't have to do anything bad to get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's inherently good. It's a good
Yeah.
thing. I mean, 86% of people think it's a good thing, you know, and I full-heartedly know it is. I've met the people. They're so cool. They have such a DIY ethos, and that's what I think is punk.
And their
like
hearts
the
are all in the right
affiliations are
place.
fighting for their fucking lives right now, and they're just doing good things for their communities, period.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
stop.
It's, we're all in this scene. We're always going to get the Michael Graveses of the world.
I want the people that pick us up in the pit, not the people that push us down.
And I will say, Michael Graves blocked me on Twitter one day when I pointed out to him that he was a guy in a Misfits cover band 30 years ago, and no one gives a shit about what he says, which is 100% true.
Amen.
Well, thank you for doing this. It's been great chatting with you, and I'll put links to people to buy some stuff from you in the show description, and we're going to go Candlepin Bowling when you're up here.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I'm holding you to that.
There you go. PBS is punk. Speaking of punk, actually, if you're in the Boston area on July 23rd and 24th, the Smoking Popes, that's right, Josh Caterer, who does our theme song, and the Smoking Popes will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of their fantastic album, Born to Quit. They're playing at Deep Cuts in Medford. I am planning on being in at least one of those shows, so you should go to that. They're also touring all around, so, check out if they come to your town and go see them. But that will be the local show where you could also see me. I don't think they'll play the TV Guidance Counselor theme. Maybe you can ask. It's unlikely, but they may. Who knows? They may invite me on stage to play it with them, and it's a big, huge thing, and everybody carries me out chanting my name. That might happen. It probably won't, but it could. And you really won't know unless you're there. That's how these things work. Oh God, what is wrong with me? Also, there's a cool, on the 15th, they're doing a cool thing at Deep Cuts in Medford. That's I think it's the regional finals for the air guitar competition, which is kind of fun. So you should go to that there. They're not a sponsor, but no one's a sponsor. Anyway, how cool was Jame? PBS is indeed punk. Go to twocrowcollective.com and purchase things from him. If you have $5 a month or more, $5 a month or more. I don't know what I just said. That was a very strange cadence of wording. If you have $5 or a month or more, oh my God, I need to stop. So just email me at tvguidancecounselor@gmail.com or kenandicanread.com. Go to the Patreon. You'd get a PDF of this episode. I really am turning old this month. I get to have my first colonoscopy in August. So you'll hear all about it if you want. Maybe I'll put that behind the paywall. There's your Patreon stuff. Anyway, I'll be here next week, and I hope you will too, for a brand new edition of TV Guidance Counselor.
With a very sad hot dog clown thing.